There's a story I remember of a time where I didn't stick up for somebody else being bullied, probably because like I was a little bit when I was like little, so I didn't want to like get more. But it was actually really sad, and I think about it like a lot. But there was this one kid, we were like in first grade, and he was going through chemotherapy, and he was like in my grade, and his name was Andy. Sorry, Andy, if you're listening to this, but and he like he's better now, and it's like awesome. But he like didn't have any hair, and he had like super like chubby cheeks from the chemotherapy, and he was ahead of me in lunch line, and some like older kid came over and like kind of like budged him, and it was like, what are you looking at, chubby cheeks? It was like making fun of his face for being puffy from like the chemotherapy, and I just remember like looking at this kid like,
you serious?
yeah, like really? But I mean, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't say anything, and I kind of looked at Andy. We made like this weird eye contact thing, and I didn't know what to say to Andy, and like I just remember the situation, but I just didn't know what to do. And I think like if you tell kids, you know, I don't know, give them ideas of what to do, maybe they'd, because I had never heard about bullying before. I just kind of like saw it, and I didn't know how to react to it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we were in high school, I mean, I'm sure we didn't have something like your organization or any other really anti-bullying things. It wasn't really, you know, in the media as much as it is now. And so I think it's great that there's all these different outlets for people to go to.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, once you've overcome bullying, you know, you feel like you can speak for other people, you know, because now when I see other people being bullied, I would go to them like, yo, chill out, you know, like stop.
Right.
Because, you know, you feel like you're over that, you know, that's
Right.
so below anyone. Like, you know, you don't want it to be put on anyone else.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to anyone that's bullying or being bullied by somebody?
If you're being bullied, then I would say speak out. You know, go to your teachers, you know, go to other students, go to your family, you know. Don't be afraid to talk about it, because I think that's what happens to a lot of kids, is that they don't talk about it and they kind of build it up, and you know, it's so upsetting to them, but they feel like if they talk about it, it's just going to get worse. It won't. It will get fixed. And you know, I think that's probably the biggest thing that they need to do, is just speak out. For people that are doing the bullying, you know, there are other places for them to go. Like they can go to your website and figure out, but they have to, you know, they need to talk to an administrator as well. They need to get the help too, because I think a lot of people don't realize that they're dealing with, you know, insecurities, and they're doing the bullying because, you know, there's something wrong with them as well. You know, there might be a problem at home, it could be a problem at school. So people need to realize that they're also victims of their own insecurities as well.
I would say to people being bullied, if it's because you're different. I know in high school everybody tries to be the same, but outside in like the real world, people kind of embrace the different, and it's like what makes you stand out. Like just go to Brooklyn. It's very, it's very artsy, and like people like if I was in Brooklyn when I was in first grade, I would have been so popular. But yeah, cause like it's the glasses, it's the crazy hair, and so yeah, it's like in high school everybody tries to fit like this image, but outside, like look at Lady Gaga. It's definitely not high school or in just like school image. And so I just think like if you're different, embrace it. And like yeah, if you try to like suppress it through high school, just remember what makes you different and let it go loose outside of that, because that's what's gonna like kind of like make you you in the long run, and it does make you you. So try to let it shine in high school too, or middle school or elementary school. As for those bullies out there, I always just kind of like went with the motto growing up that like whatever you do, however like much you talk about somebody or talk to somebody bad, it's gonna come back to you like that same amount. And so like, yeah, go ahead and talk to somebody. Well, don't, but just expect it to come back to you in some way. And I actually found that true. Like I don't know, I really think that kind of like happens, because like if you talk bad about somebody, somebody else is gonna talk bad about you too. So I don't know. I just think you wouldn't want to have it done to you, so don't do it to somebody else. And yeah, like there are probably other reasons, like them being insecure, and yeah, they should get help for that too. Get help, bullies.
Okay. Well, us at Just Be Me, we just wanted to let you know that we extend our hearts out to everybody who's been bullied or who's a bully. And if you need any moral support, any support at all, we just wanted to let you know that you can reach us at www.justbeme.org. And we ask that you join us in our campaign for showing everyone love.
Show everyone love.